hot in here. Holy God. Holy God, it's hot as hell. I'm going to tell you guys something. Let me let you in on a little secret about women. Okay? Women be cold. No, whether it's the office or the home, women are always like, it's chilly in here, and they turn the heat up. And I'm not cold. I'm wearing a fucking sweater. Someone's got to say it, dude. Someone's got to stand up to the fucking woke mind virus on this, dude. Turn the air down so that I cannot be so damn warm. We use this is crazy out of touch here, but I got an 8 sleep bed. I shouldn't even say the brand name. I got a generic smart bed. I got a generic smart bed, and it splits it down the middle, and you can set the temperature of each side. Because I was so frustrated. I literally, every night I would get in bed and I'd start sweating. I'm sweltering. So I got a thing where I can set the temperature, and it's literally, I crank it down to like, it has a number between 0 to -8, I think. I'm at -8 every time. My side is ice cold. It's frigid. It's a freezer bed. You can literally, if you touch one side of the bed, it almost hurts you how cold it is. And then you touch her side of the bed, it's normal, if not a little bit hot. But it creates a thing where she can't even roll over. Like, if she tries to roll over my side of the bed, it actually is super uncomfortable and jarring. Which is unfortunate. So this is a true fact about the way I sleep. I need it to be cold. I can't fall asleep when it's hot. I sit there and I just stew if it's warm. And California's been warm lately. Hello, good to see you all. Good to see you all. I look a little tired, unfortunately. I didn't sleep great last night, which is not due to temperature. You can't see us. I can see your chat names. And in our new digital-based economy, that's as good as seeing you. You know what I'm saying? In this technologically advanced future where we all live our lives online, your chat name and your emotes are more representative of you than what you look like in real life. I'm never going to see that. No one is. You're not going to leave in your house. Okay? This is who you are, and I'm seeing you now. Unless you're a lurker, better type, or you're lost on both. Your username is enough to deduct social credits. Bro, listen, the social credit thing is not what you guys think it is in China. But I'm going to make it real here. I'm going to make it real here. I'm going to make whatever your fictional imagination of what social credit is in China, I'm going to make it a real thing, but in this chat. Okay? You will not be allowed to ride a train. Why are you so shiny? I don't think I'm shiny. If anything, I'm matte. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm matte. Do you, that's the new whale sweater. This is a bit leaning into it, I guess, but it's a cow. I like it. I like this sweater though. It's real comfy. The only problem is it's just fucking, it's hot. Like just physically, temperature wise, hot. Hello. Play a little music for us. Let's get the vibes up. 1, 2. There's just so much to discuss. I love online discussion. It's my favorite thing. I like exchanging ideas over the bits and bytes of the internet. It's phenomenal. Let's go. Hey, Big A, I just finished reading The Will of the Many. Fantastic recommendation. Bro, I love that book. And in fact, I may even do what should I do? How should I finished it myself while I was with family. Because far be it from me to talk to my family when I'm with them. Basically, I flew out to see my family and then cracked open a fucking book. and read the whole thing. I didn't fuck with the ending. Well, I will say this about the ending. Bit of a cliffhanger. If you hate cliffhangers, sequel's not coming out till 2025, so you're in no rush, I guess. I will not spoil the book. No, I will not spoil the book. But it's fun. It's a real fucking marathon page turner, dude. It's a page turner. It should be a movie so that even Zoomers can enjoy it. It should be a movie. Can you recap it in the TikTok girl's voice? What's the this would almost be offensive. All I know is like a Valley Girl voice. I can't do like, oh my God. It's like about how people can give parts of their will to someone higher up on the chain. But I don't know the TikTok voice. I'm not obviously. If I've never read a book, what do you recommend? That's not one in your whole life. Honestly, this is going to sound super insulting. Clifford the Big Red Dog. Start small, dude. Start small. Clifford the Big Red Dog. It's a fire book. It's completely underrated. There's so much more to the dog than what you hear in the title. Yes, he's big. Yes, he's red, but he's got more to him. And I think it's a gateway book. You start reading that book, you like it. I remember, I don't know if I told this story. Have I told this story? There was a program when I was a little kid, 6, 7 years old. This is in the 1800s. Called accelerated reading. Does anyone know this? Accelerated reading. You'd have it at your school, and they would put little stickers on every book in the school library, ranking them in order of difficulty. And if you read the book, you could take a quiz on it. And if you answered the quiz, proving you read the book, you would get points. I was very competitive, even from an early age, and I was a pretty good reader. And so I fucking devoured these books. I would just read all the time. And I remember I was right behind a kid named Kyle Stark. It was two kids far in the lead of the rest of the school. And I was in second place with a 6th grader, by the way, a 6th grader named Kyle Stark, 2 grades ahead of me. I was 4th. And I was neck and neck, and the prize when you won the whole thing was you could actually pick any of the prizes, but the prize we both wanted was this limited edition custom holographic Pokemon Pokedex. This is 1997 or something like that, dude. It's the fucking dream. It was actually 1999. And it's like, I wanted this more than anything in the fucking world. It's like, my parents wouldn't buy it for me. I wanted it. So I'm actually just fucking reading I'm reading in class. I'm like ignoring everything. I'm just trying to win this books. And I get to the end and I don't quite have the points. I'm literally like, I'm not kidding, 8 points behind or something. And so I realize on the last day, and I think I realized it, but also I feel like my mom realized it and pushed me. I'll say it. If she's watching, Mom, I think you knew this was a cheat and you kind of... Anyway, I realized last day that the Clifford the Big Red Dog type books, not just that book, but books like that, you can read them in 30 seconds and they are worth 0.5 points. So Moby Dick is worth 40 points. It's the white whale. It's the hardest book. But you can read Clifford the Big Red Dog efficiently much faster. So what I would do is on the last fucking days before the deadline, I sat in the library, again, not 20 feet from a computer. I would read the whole Clifford the Big Red Dog book. I would walk over there, put in the code, take the quiz, and it would be like, is Clifford blank? Was he big? Or whatever. Or, with the plot of that book would be like, this one, Clifford owns a bakery. And then it would be like, did Clifford own a bakery? And I'd be like, true. It would be so fucking obvious. It would be the easiest question. And so I could just blitz it, answer 5 questions, get 100%, get the 0.5 points. And I just did that rapidly. You could do it all in an afternoon. And I started accumulating points at a much faster rate than ever before. And I passed Kyle Stark, and I got first place. And then Kyle Stark's mother, who worked at the school, basically like had to pull me and my mom and the principal into like a fucking meeting and say like, hey, this is against the spirit of the rules of the game, and we're not going to call it cheating, but we're not going to be allowed to. We can't count these points, which is fucked up. There's no fucking rules. There's no rule a dog can't play basketball, dude. No one mentioned this. But clearly she thought Kyle Stark had it in the fucking bag. He didn't. By the way, this is his actual name. I am doxing him. I'm 100% doxing him, which is bad. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. But I've had that name stuck in my head for literally 25 years now. Isn't that crazy? I knew this kid for fucking a year, maybe. I didn't even know him. He's a different grade. I didn't talk to him. I had his name stuck in my head rent-free for 25 years because of how fucked it was. And also because, I'm a kid and I want the Pokemon thing and I am mad, but my mom was so furious. She was so furious. And so like it made me madder, because your parents like you kind of imprint on you. And so like her just talking about it in the car ride home. Oh, she was so mad. So anyway, I don't get the thing. I get the second place prize, which is a real kick in the dick. It's exactly the same Pokedex, but it's not shiny. It's like not the cool one. It's not the green one. 90s kids will know there was the sick green one that had like the bonus Mew thing. And then I got the shit one that was like, it didn't have any, it was bad. It was really, and I had to watch Kyle Stark pick up the thing I wanted. By the way, 6th grader, dude, fucking get a life. Pokemon, you're too old for it. I'm in 4th grade, bro. I should be allowed to have, and yeah, it's a fucking true story. It's really, and then I realized right then, okay, that the world's not fair. They'll let you play the right way. That's why I stopped reading too many sweats. Yeah. You know what? For real. Let's get Kyle fired from his adult job for this. Yeah. Let's get Kyle fired from his adult job. Let's find him 25 years later and make sure that he's punished in some way for his actions as a 6th grader. Actually, his mom's actions as a 6th grader. Put a hat on a little. Let's beat him up. Okay, I'm kidding. This is going to get me thrown in jail. Anyway, I do not actually still harbor a grudge versus poor Kyle Stark. But his mother, though, it wasn't very nice. It wasn't very fair. I don't even know if that stuff works. I mean, it works. One thing I read, I only read it about men, okay? There's a study I read about men in the military academy, like West Point and everything. And it was this. It was, if men think they have a chance to win, they're very motivated. They like what they did is they took all the men in West Point and they paired them up into groups. And those groups would compete in various things throughout the year. Like they would all be graded against each other on like athletics and intelligence or whatever. And like it turns out if men were in a group with someone who was beating them a lot in everything, their performance went down. They stopped caring. They checked the fuck out. They didn't care. If they were in a group that was more close, where it was like everyone was about on the same skill level and they had a chance to win different things, it actually made them all work harder. It's just like a unique attribute. So I don't know that accelerated reading, where they were constantly posting the rankings and everything, like because I was doing good, and also had an early lead. Like I started out with one book I'd been reading and it just snowballed. But I wonder if it like made kids that were like couldn't win anything just not want to read because it took the fun out of it. I don't know. I like as a kid I liked it, but I wonder if it actually worked for most students. I don't know. That's a tough question. When do you normally find time to read? My brother in Christ. I have the world's hardest job streaming. That's a great question. It's a great question. Well, how could I possibly find the time? How could I possibly? There's not a second I'm not live. No, it's a fair question if you have like a I read way less when I was at Nvidia, I'll tell you that. Honestly, I only really started reading hella as an adult, like within the past year and a half, maybe. I feel like I finally got it to be a habit. Like I've always been more of a reader than an average person, but 37 using hella. I'm not 37, and when I am 37, I'll use hella. So fuck you. All right. I remember, this is not a knock, but I'm gonna say it. I remember after living in Northern California for 6 years, where they say hella a lot, I went back to visit my friends in Arizona, and I stayed with them for a week, like 5 days, and I said hella all the time, and they were making fun of me for it a bit, but then by the end, I noticed one of them started to say hella. Like unironically, like he was just doing it, and I was like, I got you, bitch. It's a virus, dude. It's fucking, it's infectious. It's called influence, dude. All right, dude, it's still hot. I'm sorry. One more second. It's still. Everyone says hella now. CA1. I saw someone talking about this. It does feel like, it was like people were saying cap and all sorts of slang, like in the Maldives or whatever. It's just like language is becoming so. Anyone who speaks English anywhere is all becoming the same because of the internet, because of TikTok. Like wherever there is slang, whether it's Riz or whatever it is, it's hitting everything. It's becoming, it's a monoculture. That's the word. It's a monoculture. Yeah, I have a fan on. It's still really hot. No, not yep, Glape. No, not yep, Coke. Glizzy will become the monoculture. Speak to that. What do you mean when you say glizzy will become the monoculture? Do you perhaps have no meaning and you're just trying to force the word glizzy into conversation? Or do you really think that will... What up, Daddy A? More collabs with Squeaks, please. What if I ask Squeaks right now if he wants to watch the Nintendo... Do you want to watch the Nintendo Direct tomorrow? It's at 7 a.m. PT and react to it. I wasn't gonna fucking stream that early or get out of bed that early. 7 a.m. bro. But if Squeaks wants to do it, I'll do it, and we could do a little bonus react. He's EST. He'll be fine. He'll be up there. He'll be up at 10. But I'm down. I'm down to do it. I think it'd be fun. You should both get Chili's and react. Do you think I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m., drive out to Chili's, get a to-go box, drive home, go live, and watch? No, I'm not going to do that. I don't want breakfast Chili's. Does Chili's even do breakfast? I don't even think they're... When is Chili's open? I can't imagine getting Chili's outside of a dinner. Maybe lunch. Chili's hours. This is a good question. Wow, it's a good question, and yet I can't get the fucking answer to it. Oh my god, dude. I have been... 11 a.m. 11 a.m. 11 a.m., folks! It's not even open. It's not even open. Break in. Oh, you think I should break in and then cook up a little smash burger for myself, huh? Order it tonight and then heat it up in the morning. Mr. Glizzard, what is your opinions about Redbox and Chicken Soup for the Soul bankruptcy and the corruptness behind it? I watched a YouTube video made from a former employee. I think I like it. I don't know anything about this. I remember Chicken Soup for the Soul was like the books that moms would buy, and it would be like feel good stories, right? It'd be like, hey, this little kid broke his leg and then raised money for a homeless dog. And then everyone would be like, wow, that's a really heartwarming tale. And then there would be like bestsellers. And then they milked it, right? They made like 1,000 of them. Wasn't there like Chicken Soup for the teenage soul, Chicken Soup for the for lonely virgins, Chicken Soup for the it was like every possible group, and they would make, it was like a Darman type beat. Yeah, all right. Well, and then apparently there's corruption? I don't know. Chicken Soup for Hella Souls. Yeah, exactly. Although I did see something that was actually feel good. Wait, I wanted to share it with chat. Wait. I saw something that was, it's not this. Wow, the first thing I opened, my first fucking note, was a saddening and sobering read about gig economy delivery riders living in unsanitary conditions earning less than minimum wage. That is not Chicken Soup for the soul. They might be delivering chicken soup, but it feels like it's more soul crushing. So no, I will not. That is not what I was talking about. There was something that was actually heartwarming. It's not that. That's... Oh, this is an ad that was on Twitter that I just have to show you. What is this? Who spends money on this? Life hack guru. Mix toothpaste with beer. Mix toothpaste with beer and just watch. This is an ad. This is, people spent money on this. This is, yeah, Nike and Apple used to advertise here. What the fuck? Try it? I'm not going to try it. Nothing happens. This is the stupidest thing I've ever done. This is the stupidest thing I've done. This is the stupidest thing I've done on stream. This is the stupidest thing I've done. This is so fucking dumb. All right. I have a beer. Okay? I got a beer. What's going on? This is called Marketing Monday. It's here to expand your mind. And then I'm putting toothpaste into it. It's not going to make like mustard gas and kill me, right? Okay. I don't want to waste any more toothpaste. This is already low. Okay. Mix toothpaste with beer. Mix toothpaste with beer and just watch. It's literally nothing happening. This is literally nothing happening. Oh, you know what? Something's happening. The toothpaste is kind of like dissolving in a weird way. What is supposed to happen? It's certainly not absolute cinema. I don't think Scorsese would be fucking blown away. I think he'd want to watch something else. Toothpaste and beer. Is there any thing? Okay, there's just a lot of fake channels saying mix toothpaste with beer and you'll be amazed at the end. I don't This is the number one result. You won't believe what you get. All right. Well, that was a truly a low. I just wanted to show you that dumb thing. Am I amazed? I'll leave it there. I'll just watch, and we'll see if anything happens. Wow. Tell you what, this ad worked. This ad worked. There's no getting around that. What did I want to show? Oh, speaking of Twitter ads. Sorry. One more. Unbelievable but true. Bet on hermit crabs today. Every 12 p.m., 2x odds boost. Hermit crab race. Explore unique betting content. Just an absolute generational fall off in advertising quality and revenue on this platform. Elon Musk has done it again, folks. He's gotten the big and the best. This is the price of free speech. Okay. It was a true feel good that I was like, oh, you know what? That'll be fun to show chat. What was the feel good? Where was it? Man, oh, this isn't it either, but this is the funniest LeBron moment. This is LeBron James finding out. You have to just watch it. You have to watch it. Just understand that at the beginning of this clip, he has no idea whose ball it is.
It ain't our ball. It ain't our ball. It ain't our ball. It's our ball, ain't it? It's our ball. Hey, it's our ball. It's our ball. Davis, raise the ball up down there. It's our ball. It ain't our ball. It ain't our ball. It ain't our ball. It's our ball, ain't it? It's our ball.
I just love how fucking passionate he gets. He gets heated. Where's the fucking Here's something you guys might like.
HOTDOGS. Hot dogs are the fucking best. HOTDOGS. Hot dogs are the fucking best. HOTDOGS. Hot dogs are the fucking best. HOTDOGS.
You get the gist. I got tagged in that a couple times. Must be on my list. This was, oh, dude, where? I feel as if I have left my notes disorganized because, oh, no, it wasn't Ludacris drinking water. It wasn't that. It certainly wasn't this, which was JFK shooting back to his assassin, November 1963. It certainly wasn't this. Is this real? It could be. I mean, yeah, I think it probably is. Is this best tweets or MM? It's neither. It's neither. It's just me trying to look through my notes to find things I wanted to talk about. We show this in schools as an alternate. Who knows what happened? Where the I had it and it was just chef's kiss. It wasn't. This is interesting. It's fucking AI-powered robot, dude. Is this even real? No, it's not even real, bro. Where's the fucking? No, that's ASU. Oh, I found it. Oh, thank God. Thank God I found it. Okay, I found this video and I thought it was actually sweet. Okay? It's nothing crazy, but I thought it was actually it was like the first thing I see on Twitter in a month where I was like, feel good. Okay, is this?
All right, hold that open. Hold that open. Hold on. The ice is gonna be coming out there. Come on, hurry up, put it up there. Hurry. Hurry, Nova. Nova, hurry. If you still my eyes, you get a little. Come on now. Come on! Put the bag underneath here! Nova, hurry up! Hurry up! Nova, hurry!
That's just a good old-fashioned prank, dude. That's just classic. That's just good parenting. That's a classic. That's a classic. My therapist will hear about this. That should be your therapy. That should make you feel good about humanity. The simple things. Holy shit! I'm looking at this beer and toothpaste, and it's like the toothpaste is, in a way, coming alive? It started to build some sort of small society on the bottom of the glass. It's early, sure. Pre-industrial, but clearly they've organized some sort of hierarchy. There's a king, there's wow, that's phenomenal. Who knew you could create life just by Atrioc, could you get a job at Chili's? Could I? No, I don't have the skills. They only hire the elite. To make it in a place like Chili's takes rigorous training. You have to be the best of the best. It's kind of like I don't know, some sort of like top of your class Marines type thing. You just won't. They cut the chaff really quickly. You ain't got the nads. That's what they told me. Atrioc, first time chatter, long. Oh, let me explain what's going on here for a second, because I have a lot to talk about today for sure. I have a presentation for you that is my favorite thing I've worked on in a while, even if it's not very uplifting. It is at 68 slides, and it is called Slowly and Then All at Once. I am holding it. Not today. Because I feel like it would benefit from, first of all, coming out after NVIDIA earnings. Because I think it'll be so relevant that and the video, it's going to be bad if I record it before, and then it's just not going to be. So I'd like to do it after that. I think this video will be really good. And so I would like to do that. And so, and also, there's every time I tinker with it, I've been adding a little bit more fun stuff and video clips and making it a little more fun to watch. So listen, but it's there, and we ran through it, and I feel good. I this week for sure, guaranteed. I'll put any bet on it. It's here. I think probably tomorrow. When is NVIDIA earnings? NVIDIA earnings are Wednesday. Well, I'd like to do it before then. We'll see. If you don't do this week, will you give me 10K? We'll talk about it. $10,000. Your firstborn child? Well, I'll name my firstborn child Twitch C Hat, as I've mentioned. Oh, speaking of the predictions video, I went back and I took some of my favorite parts from it and I put it into this video. This video I feel is good. And I'm excited to do it. But there's so much to discuss that I don't feel like we're missing out. There's a lot to talk about today. I have a lot of things I wanted to answer. I want to talk about Rocket Money from the Reddit. I want to talk about price gouging and price controls. I want to talk about there's a million things. I want to talk about fucking rise in U.S. manufacturing. I want to talk about interesting stat I found that of all the disciplines, economics graduates win awards based on how prestigious the school they came from was, rather than the quality of their work. It's making it the least, like the most obvious grift. I wanted to talk about. Well, this stuff has to go in there. I wanted to show. Talk about how there's like a ton of. Well, it talks with Japan. So you guys know how Japan is supposed to have the most old people? Like they're great at living longer. Everyone says the Japanese live longer. They're much healthier. There is some truth to that, but it's also coming out that because you get a check from the government and they don't really check the ages, a lot of that is fake. Like as they try to track these people down, a lot of them are long dead and the checks are just going to their kids who want to, people aren't really living to be 111. That's not, and in fact, this holds up worldwide. Most times when they test for people over 100, they find it's often faked. Humans just don't live that long. Like, they just don't. Like, unless you can hardcore prove it with a verified birth certificate, generally it's not real. It's a great article called "The Blue Zone Distraction" if you want to look to it. But it's they looked at Italy, Sardinia, Loma Linda, the United States, Okinawa, Japan, Costa Rica, all these like supposedly incredibly long living places, and like a lot of it was, most of it was due to other incentives. And the one that kicked it off was this supposedly 111-year-old man who was found to have been dead since he was 81. And it kicked off a larger investigation from Japanese authorities into the oldest old, and a lot of them are not real. It's just not. Nobody's living to be 150, bro. And that makes me even more special. That makes me even more special, bro. Hey, Truck. My grandparents recently sold their NYC apartment due to financial difficulties. They can't afford it anymore. They're both 65 and got a cash-only offer. Is there any way they could avoid paying tax on the sale? Let me see if I got the facts right. Your parents, your grandparents, bought a house for a low price. They sold it for a higher price, therefore making a capital gains profit. They made some kind of profit, and they would like to not pay taxes on that profit. Is that what you're, is that what you're telling me? Because that's kind of like pretty open and shut tax fraud. Like that, you do. That's now if they bought it at a higher price and sold it for a loss, there's no taxes. Don't pay taxes on that. You don't have any. But if they're like the average grandparents and they bought it in the 70s for a fucking handshake, for a handshake and a smile and a fresh Coca-Cola, and they're selling it for 1.5 million now or something, then yeah, there's going to be taxes. That's just how there's going to be taxes. If they bought it at the same price they're selling, then there's no taxes, bro. There's no gain. You only pay on the gains. Oh, but you're saying it's cash only? So no, just don't try to tax fraud on a house. Just don't do it, bro. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Can't the capital gain just be the memories they made in that home? Yeah, you get taxed on that too. You get taxed on that too. If you make a lot of great memories, then the government is owed some. You have to go spend some time with Joe Biden and make him smile. You have to, okay? It's only fair. You can't hoard all the good stuff to yourself. Push your local councilman on a tire swing. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, go get ice cream with old Joe. Bro's old. Bro is not have many years left. Based on the Japanese people, he's not going to live much longer at all. Give him some time. Buy an ice cream with him. Ask him for his stories. He's going to have crazy tales about like, oh, I was president of the United States. Yeah, sure, okay, Grandpa. Sure, Grandpa. I think we would remember it if you were president, Joe Biden. Ask him about corn pop. Ask him about NATO. It's kind of nice having a brewski on stream, you know? Feels like it gets a little laid-back vibe. Maybe this whole beer and toothpaste thing isn't so bad after all. We're just chilling. We're relaxing. Show us toothpaste. I can't show it to you now. It's gotten too far. They've reached an industrial revolution of sorts. And now we're seeing early stages of colonialism as some part of the toothpaste breaks off to conquer the other that is yet to industrialize. It's dangerous and it's scary. Is that Hitachi beer? Yeah, it is Hitachi. Thanks for asking. I'm worldly. Japan, baby. Arigato. Do not let them unionize no matter what. All right, I won't. How much does someone need to donate to get you to drink it? There's not an amount. There's not an amount to make me drink toothpaste beer. I mean, I guess there is an amount. It's $50 million US. $50 million US. I'll do it. 49 million, I won't. Donate 49 million just to prove that I won't do it. Just to prove it, dude. Someone just for a joke send 49 million and I'll prove that I won't do it. Can we start a GoFundMe? Wait, what else did I had we had lots. There's things I need to talk about because my Reddit has turned into a fucking psyop, dude. The Reddit has turned into a fucking psyop. And I have to talk about all of the fucking... Except for this guy. This guy was cool. This guy's on Reddit said it's my first day of economics classes. He just gave us this fucking stare right into the fucking camera. Congratulations. Yeah, he's got a bit of a slime vibe. He got a bit of a young me vibe. You know, the beard and the hat. I wore a shirt. I've like shown up to a class at ASU like this. Easy. Same hat. I started wearing the Enron hat in college. So anyway, congratulations. Good luck on your first day of classes. One thing I notice, yuck, notes. Okay, boomer. It's 2024. Bring a laptop to class. Ignore the teacher. Okay? Sit there and play fucking video games. TFT or something. While you ignore the class. Or don't even show up at all. Average post-COVID class size. Wait, is that real? That's obviously not real, but it's funny to think people just stop showing up. Everyone here is sick. Everyone here is coincidentally sick at the same time. COVID isn't real. That's what I was saying. Yeah, I was saying COVID's not real. Thanks for calling me out on that. He was so much more cerebral before his nitrous addiction. Yeah, was a big change in my life. The thing is, I just do whatever Kanye West does, you know? So if he says nitrous is good, then that's what I'm going to do. Not everything. Actually, I take that back. Perhaps that joke doesn't carry. Okay, this is what I'm sort of talking about. Okay, this is why I wanted to bring this up. Sorry, this is important. This is important, okay? My Reddit is clearly some sort of Russian bot psyop at this point. Because we had two separate identical posts about Rocket Money. They were like just thesaurus changed the words from different people. That was weird already. That was already weird. But then I got this post from 10 hours ago that has 56 comments. Why is Atrioc worried about this unrealized capital gains tax? I saw this post and I was like, wait, what? And then I'm reading it. And I was like, I don't remember talking about this at all. I don't think I mentioned this, not even one word. Like, I don't think I've talked about this at all, not once. And then people in the comments start asking, like, hey, is there a video? Like, where did he say this? And there's arguments going on, and they don't ever, someone please cite the video. There's no video. I never talked about this, but they're having these fucking 90 paragraph debates, people taking my fictional side, people fighting against it, I didn't say anything. It's wild. It's like paragraph writers. So is this bait or what? I have no. People are debating slippery slope. This goes on and on. By the way, just look at this. Just look at this. This is one of our most active fucking posts ever, and it's about something I didn't even say or discuss in any way. And not one person. Like, you assume if they're on the fucking Atrioc subreddit, 21 online, that they have watched the content. But nobody's like, maybe that one guy, maybe. One guy was like, hey, I don't think he talked about this at all. It's fucking odd to me. This, guy asking for proof got downvoted. Yeah, exactly. The one guy was like, hey, can you just link the video so we can all be on the same page on what he said? Gets downvoted. What? What was the point? What I'm saying is, who did this for what purpose? I don't understand. I used to have a professor on the first day of class said, never show up to my class. I showed up late to class one day, and in a class example, I was the client, and one of my classmates had to defend me for beastly with a goat. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? What was that gibberish into... What is happening? Is this dead internet theory? Are we losing our minds in real time? This sentence doesn't even carry. The first part and the second part aren't even checked. Oh, I'm losing it. It's the beer. Couple sips gets you. I must be drunk, dude. I must be fucking blitzed. Because it sounds to me like you guys are being stupid as all hell. So there was that post, which I thought was whatever. Then there was... there was this that I think is funny. This is just funny. Someone put this on the subreddit. It was funny. It was a woman on LinkedIn who said, hey, check this out in Croatia. You know you're seriously into marketing when you're on vacation, ditch everyone at the beach, and drive an hour to a co-working space to work. Just because you're so passionate about what you do. I hope I'm not the only one. This is like the worst of... This is the worst of like LinkedIn performative corporate soul sucking. This is what LinkedIn is made for. Yeah, this is the worst. This is horrendous. I hope I'm not the only one. I guess everyone that doesn't work as hard as me doesn't love brand and marketing communications. Have you... Wait, I'm sorry. What was this question? Do you think it would be a smart idea to finance a $2,500 camera lens for 12 months with no interest if payments are made on time and I can make all the payments on time? No. No. I'll tell you the answer is no. My opinion is no. It's fine. It's fine to do it. If you really want this camera and you feel confident about your ability to pay, the thing is, I think what you should do is you should save the money and then buy it all at once. That way you're sure to have it. That way you're sure to have it, and there's no chance that you'll miss a payment and have to pay exorbitant interest fees. But want now? Unless you feel like this camera is going to significantly increase your earnings potential in the short term, so you need to get it now, I would say wait. I would say wait. And that way you don't have the debt hanging over your head. That's what I would say. Maybe your mind will change. Maybe, this is not good. I don't like it. Don't sign yourself up for a year of debt and payments that you can't afford now. That's what I'll say. That's my advice. No interest for a year is pretty insane, though. It's getting more and more common as they try to shore up their loan books. You can get it, I'm sure, but I wouldn't do it. If you can afford it now, isn't it just free money? Based on the time value of money, it would technically be free money, right? Because you don't have to pay now and you can hold on to the money and do things with it. But I think in practice, if you have to ask this question, if you're at a point where $2,500 is meaningful to you, and I wouldn't do it. I would just buy it out, and then it's off your mind. That's what I would tell you. That's just my advice. You don't have to take it. I'm not your fucking dad. Actually, send me your mom's picture. Maybe I am. Save the 2.5K, put it into a high yield savings account, and Atrioc said free money. I'm off of it. Yeah. No, I'm not your dad. So do whatever you want. I don't care what you do, but if you ask my advice, I'll tell you not to do it. I'll tell you not to buy it. I think you'll feel better. Again, debt sucks, dude. Whenever possible, I would recommend avoiding it. It gets in your head. Big Ed, we getting drunk tonight? No. I don't want to encourage you to drink alone and watch my stream, but I am having a beer. Nothing wrong with a cold brewski. Here, it's America, isn't it? At least until Tim Walls tries to take this from me. At least until Tim Walls walks in and grabs it out of my hand, smashes it on the ground, and gives me a fucking soy latte. He can fucking try, I'll tell you that. Atrioc, what would you suggest people do in a rough job market? Or people get employed? Well, I talk about this in my presentation for tomorrow or Wednesday. Talk about this. No easy answer, though. No easy answer, my friend. The reason it's tough is because it's tough. Yeah, I'll have some answers, but I don't want to say it too early because I'm repeating myself. Atrioc, have you ever covered the Broadcom VMware acquisition? No. Interesting case study on how platform lock-in can be used to jack up price. Another example of how PE firms drive market consolidation and extract profits by destroying brand value and fucking over customers. Official based handshake of the chat. I agree with you. I haven't covered this. I don't know enough about it. You know more than me. But I do agree. Private equity firms do those things that you say. Do you think that buying a condo with that... Wait, sorry. 30? Oh, okay. This is a good question. Wait. People, you're going to deal with this. I don't have a great answer for you. Here's the question. And if you're not old enough to be buying a place yet, or like renting a place yet, or whatever, this is a question that will come up. It's like, what percentage of my monthly income should go to rent or should go to my mortgage or whatever? And it's a tough question because all the advice is from boomers from a time when it was so much easier to have like 15, 20%. And nowadays it's like impossible to not have it be like 35, 45, 50. It's just impossible. Like everything is so fucking expensive. I pay 70%. Yeah, because people do. People, I think, spend like half or 50% as like a regular baseline, if not more, of their income on rent or housing, because it's gotten so fucking expensive. So if you tell someone you have to wait till it's 30%, they just can't find a place. They can't find a place. It just won't work. So I won't tell you that, but I will tell you that like renting is way different than buying. Like having renting be a high percentage of your income is not great, but you could always move. But when you buy and it's such a big percent, then you better know that job is locked in. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if you were to lose the job, then you are stuck with such a big bill that you can't pay. So buying is just a bigger risk, bro, as I'm telling you. And I hope if you're buying a condo, it's not in Florida or Texas. I'll talk about that tomorrow, too. Please be careful about buying a condo in any of these bubbly areas like Florida or Texas. It's not good. And you will be losing value. What do you mean by bubbly? I mean, like in 2021 and half of 2022, many people moved to these areas and started buying, rapidly increasing the price of housing in these areas. And now we're starting to see a reversal of those trends, leaving people holding the bag. My rent is a flat amount, not a percent of my wages. I'm not going to make fun of you, but you understand that you could figure it out, right? What you have wages and what. Okay, so hopefully it's a joke. Okay. My rent is free because my mommy loves me. Based. That's fucking awesome. You're honestly cosmically lucky. You know, so few in this world get to have a mommy that just loves them. It's nice. It's a great thing to have. And now you get to live at home with them and you like it. Incredible. Hey, Atrioc, just started a job at Smith's, Kroger. Heard about the merger between In and Albertsons. What would that do for me, negatively or positively? Great question! Incredible question. Okay, look. Albertsons, Kroger. They're trying to merge. FTC's been trying to block it. I believe the hearing is tomorrow. I do believe the hearing is tomorrow, which is very close. FTC has called it corporate greed at its absolute worst, and it's bad for shoppers, says the FTC. I agree. And what it would do for you, according to the FTC, and according to my opinion, is it would hurt your pay and benefits. The idea is they would own so much of the competition that you would have nowhere else to go, and they could drive the prices of your labor down. They can pay you less. They can give you fewer benefits because you have no other place to go because they own the competing grocery stores in every town that you would be going to. It's bad. There's no benefit to the average person by having these mega big grocery companies merge. None. We don't get anything from it. We would like them to compete for our dollar by offering lower prices. And they can avoid that by having no competition. We don't want this. And I'm very glad the FTC is saying something about it and trying to stop it. I hope they win. They have a middling track record when it comes to big stuff like this. It's hard to beat big companies in America. They get the best lawyers and they have politicians and they push it through. But maybe it can get stopped. And I hope it does. Silk Song probably tomorrow. You think so? Should I get my hopes up? Should I start to really get excited and get the glory and joy in my heart and wake up with a bright smile on my face and open up the stream and get ready to smile at Silk Song? You think so? Okay, I'll do it if you say so. Anyone tell Atrioc Silk Song is 100% confirmed for the Nintendo Direct? No, dude, there's no fucking way they announce it in the Nintendo Direct. It's just a stupid. It's not even. There's no way. This is not even like a big event. This would not be there. The game could be fucking done and they wouldn't announce it tomorrow in the Nintendo Direct. No, I don't even know what they're going to announce. They made a specific announcement that they're not going to announce the Switch 2, which is very funny. They keep saying it. Every Nintendo Director thing, they're like, hey, this is not the Switch 2 one. So, I don't know. It'll be some fucking game trailers or whatever. They can't have that much left in the tank in the Switch 1, so. They're adding you to Smash. Who dat 950 in Smash as a late DLC character? What is your down B? Who dat? What's your down B? Yo, you're a King K. Rool dupe. Damn, they didn't even make a new character for you. They just reskin. That's a bit insulting. If you ever play Smash with casuals, King K. Rool is so fucking busted. If you're just playing with regular people and King K. Rool walks around and spams fucking counter, and it's so stupid. They can't touch him. Did you see when? Yeah, so the CEO of Telegram was arrested in France. France going through it right now. I wonder if anyone can anyone raise their hand if they predicted that after France's gridlocked election, they would have a bit of political turmoil and not make any progress on governing, causing people to get more and more unrested. Is anyone? I'm just putting your hands up if they. Oh, interesting. Yeah, fucking Macron is having like a soft coup, and they're trying to impeach him. The president of France, he lost the election that he called, and then said, all right, we'll figure this all out after the Olympics. And then after the Olympics, he was like, we just we can't pick any of these people you're suggesting as prime minister. Let me just handle it. And so he's basically having a soft coup. He's just not he's not allowing the will of the people to change the government at all, even though they voted. And the people that ostensibly won the election, the New Popular Front, are not, I guess they recently united behind a PM candidate, but they had a very tough time doing it. And don't have an overwhelming majority, so they can't get it through. It's a disaster. It's a gridlock. And at the same time, France is also arresting the CEO of Telegram, which I don't want to comment on too much because I don't know the whole story here. If it's just that he allowed, it's like if someone posts a video of making a bomb on YouTube, you don't arrest the CEO of YouTube. It's a platform. People use it for things. It's the internet. You can't. If that's the case, it's not the CEO of YouTube's fault. However, if what I'm hearing is possibly Telegram was compromised by Russia and they had back channel access to private communications, and then possibly that, I don't know. I don't know the whole fucking story. I have to learn more about it. I got to learn more about it. So TBD. I don't even want to comment on it until I've learned. I have to read something. More than tweets, bro. I got to read. I got to... just one more constitution will fix France. Yes, dude. One more constitution. One more fucking revolution, dude. One more guillotine. Have you seen this? Dota streamer from the Ukraine has bomb go off close to his place. Well, I did see that Russia did a pretty nasty attack yesterday on Kyiv. I believe 6 dead. There was a big drone strike. I think it's retaliate. I mean, obviously they're in a war, but it was retaliation specifically for the surprise Ukrainian invasion into Russian territory. It's obviously heating up. I don't know. It's bad. I'm gonna say something really bold and crazy for a Twitch streamer to say. War is bad. We can raise a glass to that. I know you guys are going to hate me for it, but I'm going to take a powerful stance on this. I think it's, I think the loss of life is bad. Job light, thank you for the 18 months. Brave? Yeah, well, I guess I am brave for saying that. This is why I like your stream. Always willing to put brave takes out there. Yeah, someone's got to do it. You know, when the world gets turbulent, someone needs a Twitch streamer to say what needs to be said. Did you see the new RFK chainsawing a whale thing? It's wild. What is RFK got against the animal kingdom? Why is every third story about him dangerous to animals? What the fuck is going on? Is it the brainworms? Is it the worms? Wow, you run over a bear cub one time, people just don't ever let it go. You're right, you know? You're right. It's just so funny that he staged it to be a bike accident. Not necessarily that he hit a bear. It's not cool, but it could have been an accident. He could just say, I hit a bear, it sucks. But to like put it in the trunk of his car, drag it to Central Park, and drive, that's crazy. That's like a crazy person's thing. It's like a cartoon character plot. Are you planning to do some of your jobs? I'll try to do it maybe once a month. TBD around that, once a month. I don't want to overdo it, but it is fun. The last one was the most fun I've had with it. It was very fun to hear Chatter's jobs. We got some very strange, interesting ones. Even the gas station guy was heartwarming, though. I liked it all. It's fun. And also, I think it's a good community building thing. You get to see chatters, and they have a good time. I like it. I'm going to do it again, but probably once a month. He was probably drunk when he hit the bear and didn't want a DUI. That makes sense. That makes sense. Because it's not illegal, right? Like, if you were driving on a road and a bear runs out and you hit it, I don't know. I don't know what kind of trouble you'd be in, but it's not... It's not. You know what he should do is he should have, if he hit the bear, he should have put a funnel in the bear's mouth and started pouring beer in there and then say the bear was drunk. Blame him. Huh? He'll be tried in bear court. Actually, no, what you should do is, you should get the bear drunk, then drag the bear behind the seat of the car, behind the wheel, and then he rolls in front of the car and goes, "Oh, you hit me," and then blames the bear. The bear gets the DUI. Okay? RFK is sort of a hero who survived a drunk driving incident. What the fuck is this? I just joined first stream. This is Marketing Monday. What do you not get about it? Did you watch the videos? The same thing. We're doing it right now. Keep up. Jesus Christ. Some people can't enter a room. Do you guys notice that? Some people can't enter a room seamlessly. They can't just fucking naturally join the... They always have to make a big fucking scene about it. Okay? Just fucking seamlessly enter the room. Just join the conversation. Not Marketing Monday is supposed to be on Tuesdays. It is, actually. Marketing Monday is going to be on Tuesday this week, unfortunately. But we have plenty to talk about, bro. There's so much. Here's a question. Would Squeaks or Clint win in a fight? From Peaches AC. They give it 29 months. The answer is that Squeaks is a cutie pie, not a fighter, and Clint would not show up. So Squeaks by default. Squeaks by default, but if Clint does show up, it's over. It's lights out. Yo, Big A, I fucked up my shoulder at the gym today. Any tips to get it to hurt less? Yeah, cut it off. Amputate. Amputate. It will not hurt. One less shoulder, my friend. Oh, that or like hard painkiller drugs. Those are my two. Yeah. Either amputate it or just straight to oxy, straight to fent, opiates, those kind of thing. Like and go straight to them. Don't work up to it. That stuff works. Let me tell you. Good for you. Good for you. No MM tonight. See y'all tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Listen, brother, I don't mind if you only want to watch Marketing Monday, but I don't like that this is a haughty message. And I don't want to have you in chat tomorrow, so I'm typing you out. I'm timing you out for 3 days. All right, you can watch, but I don't want you're making a big deal out of it. You're making a big exit. You're trying to. The subtle implication is that I owe you a Marketing Monday today, and if I'm not gonna get it, well, then I'm heading out. You don't need to type anything at all. You can just close the tab. No, you don't have to fucking watch. All right? So I typed in a number. I don't know how long it was. Chatters can't enter or leave a room subtly. Dude, I'm not a big fan in general. I know some people here who are longtime subs, and I like them. I enjoy having the community. I'm not a big fan of the exit message in a chat. I think it's tacky. I've never gone to someone's chat and be like, all right, well, heading out. You can just leave. Do you understand? You can just, it's not a problem. Most people, that's what they do. They go in, they go out, they watch what they want. I think it's a little bit gauche. Some people do it with a little bit of class, and if you've been in the community for a while, I don't care. You're like, hey, good night, everybody. Everyone says good night. But I think it's a little tacky. I've never done it. I wouldn't do it. It feels... It's called camp. You wouldn't get it. I'll be honest with you. I don't get it. I don't even think I'm using camp correctly then, if that's what camp is. I don't. I'm lost, Drops Friendle. I thought camp is like a little quirky. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't understand. Big A, did you tell Connor happy birthday today? Which Connor? Which Connor's birthday is it? Eats pants or dog VA? Pants? Connor Eats Pants is having a birthday today. Should I call him live? Connor Eats Pants. What if I get him some pants and I say, this would be a fucking hilarious joke. What if I get him some pants and I go, got you something to snack on?
Dude, yes. This is Connor. Leave a message.
Oh, okay. Whoops. Don't want to dox him. Don't want to dox him. Don't want to dox him. Instantly fucking. You know what? That was an instant donut wall. That was straight to voicemail. Weird, given how funny I was about to be. Pretty weird. Don't know what to think of that. He's at a birthday party? Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, wait. Okay, wow. So Connor doesn't want to answer my call on his birthday, and Squeaks answered my question about reacting to Nintendo and said, God, no. I don't wake up then. I didn't even know it was tomorrow. Lol. So I just have no friends. Cool. Cool. No, it's cool. You know what I'll do is I'll just drink this beer alone. That's cool. No, that's cool. Ask Stans. I love Stans to death. I just played basketball with Stans yesterday. It was fantastic. It was very fun. I do not want to react to new game announcement with Stans because Stans is a human Eeyore about new announcements. Stans would be incapable of getting excited about any fucking announcement at all, even briefly. It's not an energy I want for an announcement stream. And it's not the right choice. Get Mango on the horn. Mango to watch Nintendo Direct. Mango plays 4 games and they're all competitive. He's not gonna. No. Maybe I'll just do it myself. I always react to these myself. I'll get up and I'll do 2 streams tomorrow. Also, Mango's not gonna be up at 7 a.m. either. Get squeaks. How do you? Well, you must have joined right in the middle of like a sentence. You must have joined in the middle of the sentence because it like flowed into that. Have you thought about getting stand? Fuck, we're looping. We're fucking looping. Oh God. Wouldn't it be Tim Man for Squeaks? I know. He still says he's not going to be awake. Squeaks says he'll not be awake at 10 a.m. And I think that's true because as far as I know of Squeaks, he stays up fucking late after a stream playing games. He's actually a fucking gamer. Not in a good way, though. In like a ridiculous degenerates. Do you know what I'm saying? The people who stay up till 3 a.m. grinding a game that I've known get to a high rank. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, he's just playing random. He is global elite though. Can't argue with that. He's global elite. He is global elite. He never mentions it. He keeps it low key, but he is global elite. Did you see Ludwig did 3M the goddamn? Yeah, I talked about him at basketball yesterday. We were talking about it, and I said there's a 0% chance he ever completes that challenge as written ever in his entire life. Not possible. It's not possible. Even if you was 75% chance to win every game first try, the odds of doing it 10 in a row are impossible. You just can't do it. No, it's not possible. Is there a Targeting Tuesday on Monday? There's a Targeting Tuesday on Tuesday today, this week. It's a good one. I'm very excited about it. Just let me cook just a tiny bit more in the oven on this one, okay? You'll enjoy it. We'll all enjoy it. I'm eager to get it out. I just want it to be right for the video. Do you know what I'm saying? You guys gotta have a little bit of faith. A little bit of faith. See that last week? Last week I was visiting my family, so I didn't say shit. Last week I was gone. I barely streamed. All right, I'm coming back from that, and I'm trying to catch up on everything. You know. Do you? Oh. Just FYI, it's a partner Nintendo Direct, so only third parties. Oh, so it's gonna be literally. I might not even wake up. It's gonna be literally only. Farm simulators and anime games. It is that is literally what it's going to be. I'm not even exaggerating. It's going to be so funny if I skip it at Silk Song. It's like 14 farm simulators, 13 weeb games, and then it goes and Silk Song, and I'm fucking dead asleep. No, it's just not going to be worth it, I think. Big A, can you play one singular game of Fortnite? I'd like it very much. When is the day of dub supposed to be again? Sunday? Possibly. I don't want to risk it. Actually, we can. Wait, there was something I did want to watch with chat, and I think it was important. We can learn something. Get a little fucking smarter. Put a little fucking juice in the caboose. You know what I'm saying? Well, there was a new Dan Toomey good work, 6 minutes long. explaining what a hedge fund job is to a fourth grader, which could be funny. Get Smarter Monday. Well, we'll do some other things. I might even watch a house today. Listen, it's all on the table. I might even fucking fuck around and put on X2. We might do something. I would like to just vibe with chat, keep the vibes up, talk to people, hear things. If anyone has anything interesting they want to bring up, we'll talk about it. You know, I want to get into the habit of just going live. That's what I want to do. That's why I'm live today. Normally I would skip today because I didn't finish the slides and I would work on them. But instead, what I will do is just go live. I'm just going to, no matter what, because I'm generally in a good mood and I can just talk to chat. I'll just go live and I'll not be so beholden to my little quirks on being perfectionist on the things. I can tell. What did Quack say to me? Quack, what are you up to? I can tell you about my day. I spent a few hours editing a video, then played soccer. We won 14-1. I scored many times. Sounds like stacked teams. You know? Seems like you just fucking misdrafted the teams. And now it's... Sorry, I'm good. There's good, and then there's, you know, a real fucking misdraft. You know, 14-1? 14-1... Yikes. Atrioc makes the same face every time he tries to think of an insult. Virite, huh? You're a fucking piece of shit. Banned for life. Did you watch... You missed my 21st birthday. We can talk about that. Who dat? Congratulations on your 21st birthday. I cannot believe how long it's been. Let's raise a beer to that, my friend. In fact, now that you're 21, you should start drinking as early and as often as you can. Can I say this? This is going to sound weird, I guess, but when did Hudak get so fucking old? Jesus Christ, dude. Unk status, dude. Yikes. Bro does not know ball. Bro does not know game. Bro's got a fucking job, pays rent. Yuck, dude. This is 1 foot in the grave, complaining. I'm already balding, man. This shit is fucked. You're balding at 21, and you called me bald for your fucking 18 to 20 range? That's crazy. You guys have no, not even empathy. What is it? Just understand something. You're missing something. My father keeps consolidating his debt every 2 to 3 years. How can I explain to him how stupid this is? Well, you have to explain to me what you see as negative. My understanding is consolidating your debt is just putting it all with one lender. Consolidating. It's not even necessarily a bad thing. He's making the payments, right? Am I misunderstanding? Depends on how you do it. I need more details. Is he getting a higher interest rate? Is he intending to never pay it off? Infinite money till they get confused. Dude, I've noticed this more and more. I'm not talking about you. You're making a joke. But more and more I've noticed that people, when they don't understand something but don't like it, will use this mythical they a lot to describe who's doing it. It's as I read more about a lot of things and I start to read opinions on stuff, they is used so much, and I can just tell they don't really know what they're talking about. It's this mythical they. They don't know the group. They don't know how the rules work. They don't know who did it or who was behind it. It's just I guess I'm using it as well. They. I could find a specific example. Check my bookmarks. No, I'm not gonna do this. This is stupid. I'm gonna fucking bring somebody up and. Today is the first day of being unemployed after 13 years. Yay! At least there was some bad severance to burn through. Time to finally make my dream game. All right. Well, I can tell. I'm an empath. I can tell you're not actually happy. I'm an empath, all right? Believe me, folks, you guys don't know this. I can read between the lines. This guy's actually a little bit miffed, a little bit upset about the way his company has treated him at the end of his long service. And what I'm going to tell you is that it sucks, and I'm sorry. And I'm sorry to do that, hear that. Layoffs are everywhere right now. It's not fair. It's not fun. And I am excited for you to start your dream game. It is never been a better time for an indie developer. So, good luck and Godspeed. And I'm sorry that happened to you. But Big A. Everyone who graduated before me that I know in marketing is getting laid off or leaving after like a year in the job. These aren't slumps. They were like the best in their program, and it's got me really worried for when I graduate. I don't think I'm going to be able to get a decent job, and I have something I want to do. Get any words of advice? My only word of advice is that you're not the only person asking this question. It's a tough time. I will talk about this more in my presentation that I'm doing this week, but I have no great answer for you. I guess one thing I'll say. If you're still in college, one thing I'll say is if you can get an internship, do it. An internship improves your likelihood of landing a job after graduation 1,000-fold. I swear to God, and this is a mistake I didn't make. I didn't get one. I sort of created one by working at esports things, but like I didn't get an official internship. But you have to have something. You have to do something. It'll improve your chances a lot. I promise you. That's the best advice I can give you. Push for it as much as you can. I'm entering the games industry to your help. I think what you should do is try to get on the Concord team. My best advice to you is try to work on Concord. That is a game that's going to the moon. That is a game that's growing fast. It's going to need more talent than they know what to do with. Get in early. You know what I'm saying? Grab on with buy-in if you can. If you can buy some sort of Concord stock or token, or just get in on it, because that's in fact, if you join the Concord team and start playing Concord, you'll increase their player base by like 20%. Like, you're playing it alone will be a huge spike. So it's a fucking win-win. Get a couple friends in on that, you can double the player base. This is such a weird message. People say the gaming industry is money hungry, but they used to make games intensely hard just to extract pocket change from kids. Do you know what the word "but" means? You made a statement and then you did an example that proved it. What the word "but" implies the second part is gonna. Do you understand how language works? What is it? Doesn't. I think the point is it has been. No, the way this is phrased is like, it's like it should be "and." Or like as an example, or if you're trying to say it always has been, you need to include that. This is like saying people say Californians are bad drivers, but I just saw a bunch of Californians get into a car accident. It doesn't make sense. Do you understand? The way that you're phrasing it, the second part should I'm interviewing for a job. I live in Florida, and I got a friend who's looking to buy a house. Should he wait and win? Blah, 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 just go for it. If you're asking my advice, the Judge of War, I would tell you to wait. If you understand that I am a streamer, okay? I read a lot about this, but I'm not going to fucking tell you details of the Florida housing market. I would tell you to wait. That's what I would tell you. But that's only because you're coming into my stream and asking me, okay? It's not financial advice. Do whatever the fuck you want. I'm not your dad. I'm not your friend's dad. I don't do whatever the fuck you want. I would tell you that Florida is the fucking forefront of a slow-moving disaster, and it would be a terrible time, I think, to buy right now. It would be the worst. And also in Florida, bro, dude, what's crazy is in Florida, housing insurers are leaving the state. They don't even, there's not a price they can offer that will insure some of this oceanfront property because they know it's going to go underwater. They just won't give you housing insurance. You can't buy it. There's no price you can buy it. So that means the government is stepping in to offer like fake government-backed housing insurance because you have to have some. But like, the government of Florida cannot afford to pay this all out if there ever is like a fucking... no, it's absurd. I would be very careful with Florida real estate is all I'm telling you. I never understood people go such great lengths to... Well, first of all, there's like legal liability, right? If I give you financial advice and you lose money on it in some way, you don't want to have that come back on you. But also, just as a content creator, I don't really care about that. I've flouted the... I'm going to watch House on stream later. It's not really the law part I'm worried about. What I'm worried about is I want people to know going in that they're making a choice for themselves. That's why I avoid mentioning any specific stocks that I'm investing in. I don't like the idea of someone thinking I'm giving a certain bit of advice or something, then doing it, then not getting the outcome they wanted, then blaming me for it. I don't like that thought, so I make it clear. I would like to live with the consequences of my own decisions. I don't want you to do it, and I don't want you to blame me for it. Are your lights flickering? No, they're not flickering. There's a fan. It's like when your friend says, but IDK though, in case your life gets ruined. Exactly. Exactly. Like if I tell you, oh, break up with her. Break up with her. Break up with her. She doesn't deserve you. But IDK though. It's like, that way when 30 years later, we're like, oh, she's the one that got away. I'm ruined for life. You're like, oh, I said IDK though. You can't blame me. You can't blame me. What camera do you use? I use a Nokia flip phone from 1999. It was a gift for my 40th birthday, and I hooked that right up, flipped it open, and I've installed it to stream live. Those things were built ahead of their time, and phones have only gotten worse, in my book. Okay, let's watch this video, and we'll get back to it, all right? Let's see if a fourth grader can learn what a hedge fund job does.
Hi folks, Dan Toomey here. As an influential figure in media, I find it important to give back to the community. It's great for my image. That's why I am a proud volunteer of the Wealthy Boys and Girls Club of America, a wonderful for-profit institution dedicated to the fulfillment and growth of kids belonging to the 1%. Through WBGCA, I work mostly with children who have been neglected by parents working demanding white-collar jobs, from lawyers to project managers, all the way to bill...
This is how I picture my chat. Because I know they're kids, but also they're grinders. So I get the vibe that this is what you guys look like. You're dressed in full suits with fedoras, and you're 11 years old. Not necessarily all white, not necessarily all men.
White-collar jobs, from lawyers to project managers, all the way to Bill Ackman. And it was at our Greenwich, Connecticut location where I first met with Ilana Sinclair, a 9-year-old girl with a credit score of 870. For school, she had to make a presentation about what her daddy does for work. Now, Alana's father is a prominent hedge fund manager, so of course, his explanation left her very confused. That's when she asked me to help her finish the project. Of course, being the selfless and influential figure I am, I obliged. Now, I'll be honest, folks, I didn't expect to be so proud of how this thing turned out, but we worked hard on it, so I asked Alana if I could share her presentation with you all right here on this YouTube channel. So without further ado, here it is.
Hello, my name is Alana Sinclair. I'm 9 years old, and my daddy is a hedge fund manager.
Wow.
My daddy has been working at his hedge fund for 18 years. He said he almost had enough money to retire and finally work on his handicap. But then, Mommy wanted to live in a different house from him, and now he has to work forever and ever like a mule, and why couldn't Mommy just shut up and be depressed like a grown adult? Then he said, Alana, don't write that down. Daddy works really hard at the hedge fund, so sometimes I don't see him for a long time. That's when I call Uber and go to Mommy's new house. I miss my dad, but I also like staying at Mommy's new house because there's a big pool and Hummer go-karts that use real gasoline, and Mommy's friend Jackson, who plays games with me when Jackson and Mommy aren't having alone time. According to Investopedia.com, a hedge fund is a pool of money that is invested in stocks and other assets, and hedge funds are generally more aggressive, riskier, and more exclusive than mutual funds. My dad says mutual funds are for poor people, but hedge funds are where really rich people in places like public pensions and famous colleges put all of their money into a big money pile.
Great.
And that's where my daddy comes in. Daddy's job is to come up with different bets that he makes with the money pile to try and grow it bigger. Daddy says that the point of hedge funds is to be so smart at betting that they'll never lose money on their bets.
Great.
Or at least that's what the hedge fund tells the rich people whose money they need for the pile. Daddy says that the way the world actually works is no matter how smart you are, eventually you'll always lose.
Nah,
Then
I'd
he
win.
took a big drink of daddy juice and went back to watching Billions. Hedge funds have a really interesting history. The first modern hedge fund was built by Alfred Winslow Jones in the 50s and 60s, and many of his ideas are still in use today. For example, he kept the number of investors in his fund small and made sure that they were all rich and fancy investors. That way, the government doesn't really care what kind of freaky shit your fund gets up to, because technically, regulators' job is to protect everyday investors, as opposed to the wealthiest members of society and institutions, who are referred to as accredited investors.
Oh,
But
nice.
I don't need to get too in the weeds with you guys. Alfred had other good ideas too. He kept his own money in his hedge fund so that his incentives were aligned with his investors.
Genius.
He set up a great way of making money for himself, where he took a small fee of all the money he managed and a bigger fee of the profits he made. And maybe most
2 and 20?
importantly, he figured out a way to take a lot of the risk out of his bets. He bet on good companies to do well in the long term, while at the same time betting on bad companies to do badly in the short term. This is called a long-short strategy, and it's still used by many hedge funds today. Yeah, Alfred Winslow Jones was one cool guy. Fun fact, he got drunk with Ernest Hemingway and Dorothy Parker while honeymooning on the front lines of the Spanish Civil War. And that was before he came back to America and invented the hedge fund. Neat.
What a life.
I'll level with you. I wish my daddy was Alfred Winslow Jones. But still, I think my daddy's pretty cool because he works at a hedge fund. And hedge funds are a really big deal. The hedge fund industry now manages over $4.3 trillion, double what it was just 15 years ago.
That's
In
good.
conclusion, I'm so proud of my daddy. I asked him if he's proud of his job at the hedge fund. He asked me if Jackson was still hanging out at Mommy's new house. I said I didn't know. He asked me what Jackson did for work. I said I think he teaches at Barry's boot camp. Then he got all quiet and said his hedge fund used to be cooler and simpler back in the day. Now everything's getting all complicated. It's basically just a bunch of computers and skinny Chinese nerds from MIT who have no idea how to spend their bonuses. My daddy guesses he's proud of himself too, because at this point, he has nothing else to live for. Except for me. Thank you very much.
Wow.
And while I still have you, I would like to get out in front of any accusations of plagiarism. 100% of this presentation was written by me, Alana Montauk Sinclair. I did not have any help. Okay, bye.
Here at the Wealthy Boys and Girls Club of America,
Good job.
we believe our future will be shaped by the children. The rich children, which is why we invest so much in mentoring them. For example, our state-of-the-art campground in Connecticut, which is a perfect replica of Duke University. Here, affluent youths from all across the Northeast get the chance to connect with their very own mentor and engage in the kind of fun summer activities that they'll need to know about when they become rich
that's
adults,
good.
like hydrofoiling, forwarding speeding tickets.
Bro, that would be a fun fucking video. Just too much work though to get child actors. Making kids negotiate a business deal. Just two kids in a fucking in shoots having to play like the prisoner's dilemma or something. Nathan For You did that skit? Fuck, Nathan For You. Why are they always ahead of the game on funny shit? That's literally Killer Whales. I got the meeting. I got the meeting with Killer Whales this week. Wednesday morning, folks. Wednesday morning. We're going to see what they have to pitch me. Whether I sink or swim on their big ideas. Wait, deadass? Bro, you guys don't even follow. It's like you guys don't even watch every minute of every single stream and write it down and take notes. What kind of chat are... I can't even trust you. It's like you don't even fucking... We talked about this yesterday, bro. Or actually, was it yesterday? No, yesterday was Sunday. It was Saturday. I'm a VOD frog. Mm-hmm. There's no Marketing Monday? You missed it. You missed it. You missed it, Sizzle. Everyone will tell you how good it was, too. I'm sorry, I was sick with COVID, but I guess Atrioc is ableist. Is being sick classify as ableism? Like if you just have a cold? Is that ableism? Like if you're like bedridden and have a fever, right? I don't know if that counts as ableism. I guess chronic disease would, right? But like a one-off? I guess kindness is health issue. Yeah, I guess it skirts the line. So if I'm ever sick and I can't stream and you guys tell me you're mad at me, you're being ableist. I want you guys to know that. I want you guys to know that if I ever don't feel well and I cannot stream and you guys tell me that it's my fault, R-dubs, don't try to trick me. Don't try to trick me. What is this? Twitter bots are getting scary good with Chat GPT.
It feels like I'm
I don't want to watch this. Bro, as it is. Bro, I thought I timed you out. And also, you said you were leaving. You said you were leaving because I didn't do Marketing Monday 30 minutes ago. And then I fake timed you out. You gave me a whole song and dance. Oh, good night. Oh, no, Marketing Monday? Good night. Think I'll be leaving now. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it. I see through all of you and your tricks. I see through all of you and your tricks, dude. This is entrapment. Entrapment, dude. Listen, the stream is about the vibes, okay? Whether or not I've prepared a 70-slide presentation for you fucking for free is not what it's about. Sometimes I'll do that, sometimes I won't. If you're here for the vibes, enjoy it. If not, fuck off. Fuck off. Okay? Okay. Now, I wanted to watch another video. and I would like to do it with chat if you're available. I would like to, if I can get a moment of your time, I'd like to watch this video with you about you have to book me in advance next time. Okay, when are you free? Can we pencil something in? When can I? Oh, this is what I wanted to watch. My dogs. CNBC, 1.5 million views in 10 days, did a driving test on the new Chinese electric vehicles. How BYD, NIO, and the other Chinese EVs compare to Tesla. I would like to see this. I'd like to see their opinion.
你好，小皮，自动泊车. Please park the car.
Lately, we've been hearing a lot of this.
You've got companies like NIO, companies like Lishan, these Chinese NEV makers that are frankly as good, if not better than Tesla right now.
This,
I know people will say Americans won't buy Chinese. You know what? You ask somebody, do you want to pay $9,000 for an SUV or do you want to pay $19,000 or $20,000 for an SUV? No contest.
And this.
Causing some concern to the likes of Elon Musk and Tesla and a number of other car makers.
China is the largest auto producer in the world. 1 in 3 cars is built there. In fact, it has become so...
Listen, buddy. I bleed red, white, and blue. I'm American. I got my beer, I got my flag, and I got my freedom. I will only buy cars from Germany or Japan. Thank you very much. Okay? I will not buy Chinese cars.
Productive, its own market can't absorb the inventory. And so the age of the much feared Chinese auto export has begun.
For Americans, it's hard to process that because we don't see Chinese cars on American roads. Trust me. Go to Australia, to Mexico, to Brazil, to Israel, to South Africa. You're going to see Chinese cars all over the place.
This guy's got to be an idiot because people in my comments told me that wasn't happening. You know, fucking a year ago when I started talking about this in earnest, and I've done it many times since. I've been told so many times that, like, this is just not going to happen. That, in fact, these cars are all death traps that explode, and they will not sell, and people will figure that out. And it's just so interesting that this fucking idiot is still repeating stuff that was obviously disproven by fucking Muffin Killer 399 in my comments.
Place.
American trade groups and others worry China will do with cars what it has done with countless other industries, eradicate competition with cheap labor and materials and abundant government support. Chinese firms are already pushing out competitors at home. The Biden administration slapped a 100% tariff on Chinese EVs in an effort...
Yeah, I want to talk about this, though. This is actually interesting. It's like a little mini fucking marketing discussion here. We've talked... I've explained how this will break out, but it's happening now. So, China, huge advantage in EVs, starts essentially dumping them at costs that no one else can compete with globally. Whether that's a good or a bad thing, it depends on how much weight you give to government subsidies being unfair. But irrespective, whether it's going to happen, it's happening, right? So, in response, other countries desperate to protect their domestic car industries start throwing up tariffs. So, America, 100% tariff. Europe threw up 100% tariff. I think Brazil is throwing up a tariff on China's cars and steel. People are throwing them up all over the world. They're putting up tariffs, okay? Because they want to increase the price of Chinese cars so that they don't destroy their own competition, their own local competition. That's happening. In response, though, that's level 1. Level 2 is China being like, nuh-uh, take those down. And what China is doing in response is trying to find targeted tariffs that really hurt these places. Canada just did it. Canada did it yesterday. Canada did today. Canada did 100% tariff on Chinese cars, I think, today. This is happening in real time, like as they respond. Okay? China just did a massive tariff on, I believe it was dairy and other farming products from Europe. They're basically hitting European farmers hard because China's a big purchaser of that stuff. Like America doesn't buy it. We have a fucking million farmers. And so now you're seeing these articles like, like dairy farmers plead to European governments, why are we caught in the middle of this? Please don't let this feud with China hurt our business. And now there's political pressure. Do you know what I'm saying? Now European politicians have to be like, oh, do we back down on the Chinese tariffs, or do you know what I'm saying? Like, China's playing hardball. So now we're getting this real fucking, and in the past, this usually doesn't tend to de-escalate, it tends to escalate. Now then more and more walls get thrown up between these countries and different power blocks, and it leads to, we've been calling it like friend shoring, but stuff leaving other countries and moving back, which whether it's good or bad thing, leads to higher prices, right? Leads to higher prices. So it's definitely the early innings of what could be very inflationary. But remains to be seen. I just want, every day I see another headline that like is another tete-a-tete in this war, this slowly building trade war. And the reason it's so important for China is they have to sell this stuff. I want you to understand that China's economy, if they cannot grow exports, is fucked. It's in a really bad spot, and the only thing holding it together and keeping any kind of growth is them drastically increasing their share of exports, which they've been doing. They've been just dumping batteries, EVs, every manufacturing thing. They've increased their share of global manufacturing in the past 5 years. But it's gotten to the point where other countries are now starting to push back with tariffs. So that's where we find ourselves, on a weird precipice where China needs this badly and will fight for it. And other countries are now getting to the point where they can't give that much of their manufacturing up. Can you further explain why not being able to export products leads to inflation? So, for example, if China can make a $9,000 high quality SUV and you could buy that, then your cost of a vehicle is lower. You're saving money, right? But if there's a huge tariff on that and it doubles the cost, then not only does the domestic competition have to bring down their prices to compete, but they can keep them high and you're paying more. Now, if there's tariffs on fucking everything, as their trade war goes back and forth, then the price on everything that is imported will stay high. So you're inflationary. You're paying more for goods and services. That's like the gist of it. The gist of it is like many things you use are built in other countries, because those countries are specialized at one thing and they can make it cheaper. And if you throw up a tariff on that, then the cheapness advantage that they get from being specialized is thrown away, and everything is expensive. Why don't we just make better cars? That's where the crux of the argument is. And I'm not going to get too into it because, again, I would like to read more about it myself and maybe get a more deep opinion on it. The argument that like a Ford might make is that we cannot make cars as cheaply as China because we don't have the government subsidies they do. The government in China is like throwing taxpayer money and credits and everything to make sure they can make it cheaper. We can't do that, so it's not fair, right? That's their argument, and it's tough to say. For the consumer, like, we just want a great cheap EV, but there is like on the other side, I can see both sides of that, by the way, but there's also a national security risk where if you outsource all of your manufacturing, if almost everything ends up getting made in China, then, it's a risk. It's a risk where they're getting all the technical knowledge, they're all the forefront of all the industry. The short-term benefit of your consumers getting a cheaper car could be long-term bad for your nation, right? So it's a tough issue. Sucks. It sucks that many issues in life are tough and have multiple sides. I would love to just tell you the simple one-liner and then everyone check and spam it and we can all go, yeah. But it's actually a complicated issue with many sides. It's nuanced, which is unfortunate. Couldn't the government print less money because of the tariffs? the government can collect some tariff revenue, it's not substantial. It's certainly not enough to fill holes in our budget. We would need, even if we didn't cut tax, if taxes were exactly the same, it wouldn't be enough, and we would still need to cut spending. Tariffs as a plan to fix American budget in any way, I think, are stupid. I don't think they're a long-term solution or a short-term solution in any way. And yeah, again, they just raise prices for the end consumer. I like the subtle smell of diesel when I drive. Okay, so you're not even on the same discussion at all. You just want to talk about how you like a fucking dope ass gas powered car. Is that? We don't care whether it's made in China or wherever, as long as it burns fucking. It burns diesel. Okay? You would buy a North Korean car if you could toss coal in it and it burns black. Okay, I'm just making sure I understand. That's cool. That's based.
To stop the onslaught before it starts.
Tesla got caught flat-footed in the China market because no one anticipated such a severe turn to clean energy vehicles.
No one! This is conversations between me, Stans, and Lud in 2019. Next 5 years. Exactly 5 years later. Exactly 5 years later. Exactly 5 years later. They've done this for every industry. Oh shit! Obviously, got the receipts. Okay, I've actually shown that before, but yeah, got the fucking receipts. I literally said 5 years, and it's in 2019.
And we're seeing the effects of that. All the legacy automakers are scrambling.
They're not just shopping them because they're cheap. They've superscaled the set of features that consumers are demanding.
So how formidable are Chinese EVs? How do they stack up against the world's most popular model, the Tesla Model Y? CNBC tried a few to find out.
Let's find out.
So this is the Tesla Model Y. This is currently the best-selling car in the world.
Woo! The acceleration on these things is incredible.
Tesla is a really highly respected brand in China, but homegrown Chinese automakers are really catching up. And in some cases, surpassing. In fact, there are around 140 EV brands in the country. And at least in China, some of them are...
I was going to say, this is like, if you ever see the picture or a video of like fields of discarded EVs in China, they'll use that to say, oh, look, they're fucking disastrous. What it really is there's such an incredible amount of startups, an incredible amount of competition, that many, many of them go out of business or are completely leapfrogged within 6 months by someone doing it better. And so, yeah, the one that's the big example was a rideshare company that went out of business. But what I'm saying is, if you ever see a model that's defunct or didn't sell or whatever, it's because there's so much competition. It's such a fucking hotbed of competition that many companies are getting beat on price and out of business. Even the best-selling EVs are making almost no money because they're competing so fiercely on price. Again, while there is government subsidies, this is like more capitalist than our own system. They have 139 different companies competing, and it's driving down the price and up the quality. The average consumer in China is getting a better deal every 6 months. Like, the prices are going down and the quality is going up. So what you have to understand is, like, that is what you, maybe not to this degree, because this is the subsidy is really for how much they incentivize consumers to buy EVs. Like, if you're in China, you have to spend, I forget the exact amount of money, but to even get a gas-powered vehicle registered in some cities, it's way more expensive. So it's just way cheaper to buy EVs on every level, and so it's like incentivizes everyone to get into the EV market. But anyway, what I'm saying is this is good for consumers in general. Having a lot of brands competing is fucking awesome. And I'm not trying to make China out to some free market paradise here. There's other industries are not exactly like this. Many of them have one state-controlled victor. And in fact, EVs may end up being that way after they've found a champion in this battle. But in this moment, I'm just showing how this works. The consumer gets a great deal because everyone's competing for their dollar or their yuan.
140 EV brands in the country. And at least in China, some of them are outselling Tesla. This is Eunice Yoon, CNBC's Beijing bureau chief. She set out to try some of the Chinese crossovers comparable to the Model Y. With a few technical exceptions like Chinese-owned brands such as Volvo, Polestar, and Lotus, Chinese cars aren't available in the US yet.
I was surprised myself driving these cars.
First, let's address price. The BYD Tang, for example, made by Tesla's biggest Chinese rival. BYD is known for making cars very cheaply.
One of BYD's big selling points is that they're able to give you a car that is a 7-seater, a little bit of a shorter range than a Model Y, but at the same time, it's $11,000 cheaper.
How do they get the cost down that much? Well, and then we get into that kind of secret Chinese superpower of state capitalism, where you have entrepreneurs driving costs down, innovating, designing better product, while at the same time getting tremendous support from city, provincial, and national political leaders who want China to win.
Between 2009 and 2023, the Chinese government handed out an estimated $231 billion in...
Did you say I didn't know Big A was in this video because the guy's bald? That's very good. I'll give you a +2 for that. He actually looks a bit like Agent 47, bro. He's got a little bit of... He's got an Agent 47 vibe if he didn't talk, if he was just silent.
Subsidies and tax breaks. BYD, which is not government-owned, received $3.7 billion in direct subsidies between 2018 and 2022.
Yeah, there you go.
Most of it in that last year. But one of BYD's biggest advantages is its ability to drive down costs through vertical integration. BYD sold roughly 3 million cars in 2023, about half of them electric and half plug-in hybrid. This year, they're forecasting 4 million. Contrast that with Tesla, which saw sales fall year over year in the first 2 quarters of 2024. BYD is also one of the largest battery makers. About 40% of China's cost advantage is attributable to its engine batteries, which make up...
And yet, Tesla is still valued by the market at more than, like, the entire fucking global car industry. And 7 times BYD, actually probably 8 times BYD, despite selling significantly fewer cars and not growing. Well, that's because BYD's CEO isn't a modern day Da Vinci. Fuck, that's true. Actually, I've never even seen BYD's CEO tweet once. I don't even know every fucking waking thought of BYD's CEO. So of course their company's not worth as much.
Up about 20 to 30% of a vehicle's total cost.
BYD has done a phenomenal job of making in-house 75-80% of the parts that go into their cars. So they own the batteries and the battery supply chains. That's clear, and it contributes to lower cost and higher quality.
And then apart from batteries, pretty much across every other category, BYD's costs are lower than its Chinese competitors, Tesla, and drastically lower than legacy competitors like Ford.
Bro, look at this. Ford and GM.
Ford and GM. But all Chinese automakers benefit from low costs and a localized supply chain. This can be seen in the G6 from Xpeng, a relatively small company that listed on the New York Stock Exchange in 2020. It hasn't done so well, although results were solid in the last 2 quarters of 2023.
What's their pitch to the consumer? What made them different from the others?
Price. So they have a lot of other features in there as well. So we were in the Xpeng G6. When you look at the specs and the dimensions, it's almost identical to the Model Y.
But at $27K, it's almost $9,000 cheaper.
This is crucial. Chinese cars aren't just cheap. They offer value for money.
What Henry Ford did to this industry is he took something that was a rich person's toy and made it so that anybody working in a factory could afford it. China is democratizing the smart EV.
And smart is the key word here. This means
he did do that. He also had a lot of choice words about the Jews. 2 things to know about Henry Ford.
Means connected to the internet and loaded with tech.
Chinese EVs tend to have a lot of bells and whistles. For example, I could ventilate my seat to deal with the summer heat.
Good things? Can you imagine if that was what Henry Ford was known for. He was known for inventing the assembly line and saying like a lot of really positive things about the Jewish faith. He used to, like on Christmas, he'd be like, "Damn, I wish it was Hanukkah for me." That's that's what Henry Ford used to say. He used to be like, "God damn, I hate that I have to get stupid Santa Claus, and I wish I could have spun a dreidel." So not so bad, I think.
Oh, yeah, I can feel it. I could change a setting so that this EV sounds as though it's running on gas.
Let's go find his old tweets. First of all, that's weird. You can make it sound like it's running on gas. That's very fucking funny. That is fucking cringe, I think, to once. But that one chatter, if you could make it like, what if you could just like have it splash a little diesel around to give the smell? Do you know what I'm saying? It makes the sound, gives the smell, but it doesn't actually. That could be kind of fire. What was I gonna say? Fuck, you threw me off. What were we talking about? Henry. Oh, someone said, let's go find Henry Ford's old tweets and cancel him. And then we think like what his tweets or anyone's old tweets would have been. Like, can you imagine if Twitter and social media existed in the era of all of these fucking all these people that we are like historical figures? Ask ChatGPT. Okay, I'm actually going to do this. I'll use Claude because I don't have a fucking ChatGPT account anymore. Write me a tweet. Imagine Henry Ford is on Twitter. Write me a tweet in his voice. Use... Okay, this is Henry Ford's tweet. Okay, I'm just gonna show it to you. Mass production is the key to progress. Our assembly line has revolutionized manufacturing, bringing affordable automobiles to every American. The future belongs to those who innovate. Hashtag Model T. Hashtag Industrial Revolution. Hashtag American Ingenuity. I'm not going to fucking post it, you fucking... Obviously, I'm not going to fucking post it. Obviously. That's not even a fucking question. That's corporate baloney. I need the real tweet. Well, what do you want me to say? You want me to tell Claude? Where's the video I was just watching? Oh, bother, said Pooh. Where's the video? I was just I just lost it, didn't I? I found it. I found. Oh, wait, what?
Into this industry is he took something that was a rich person's toy and made it so that anybody working in a factory could afford it. China is democratizing the smart EV.
And smart is the key word here. This means connected to the internet and loaded with tech.
Chinese EVs tend to have a lot of bells and whistles. For example, I could ventilate my seat to deal with the summer heat. Oh, yeah, I can feel it. I could change a setting so that this EV sounds as though it's running on gas. And I could tell the AI assistant to park the car without me. This is very handy.
I can't
EV
do that,
makers
Brandon.
leverage these affordable tech features to target specific customers. This could be said of the Li Auto L6.
I want to talk to the AI assistant after it fucks up the parking and gives me a fender bender. Where are you on that one, fucking Grok? Funnel your road rage at your car's AI assistant. Yeah, just screaming at your AI assistant in road rage.
Shares of its NASDAQ-listed manufacturer, $20 billion market cap, have had a rocky time while the company carves out its brand identity.
Li Auto does market itself as more of a family type of car maker.
To pull that off, the company offers extras you won't find in a Tesla. Technically, this one wasn't an EV. It has a gas-powered range extender on board. The extender appeals to road-tripping families or the many drivers stuck for hours in the city's notorious gridlock.
Li Auto's L6 is about the same price as a Model Y, but has a longer range at 893 miles. Woo! So we are driving during rush hour in Beijing traffic. But this 5-seater is designed for families, and in a Chinese context, that means that a lot of extra creature comforts are common in the cabin. Family in the front seats can watch TV or get massaged by the chairs. And if you want a cold drink, there's a fridge in the back.
At the higher end,
I'll
there
buy
are
it right
innovations
now.
that companies like Tesla have only talked about. Take NIO, for example. It was a hyped IPO on the NYSE back in 2018, but shares are down 90% from a 2021 high due to sluggish sales growth and high cash burn. The company is relatively small, with a $9 billion...
Dude, it's so fucked up that, 2019, I'm like convinced Chinese EVs, they're going to beat Tesla. It's coming. I'm ahead of the game. I look at the market of competitors, and I'm trying to pick which one to invest in. I see that Warren Buffett put money into BYD. BYD seems like the safe pick. BYD. They have more connections with the state. They're like ahead of the game. And then I see a picture of NIO's car, and it looks fancier to me. And I go, that's the one. Like, I think I have a fucking incredible call in 2019. And I bet on the wrong horse. Should have just found an ETF for, whatever. You did if you sold in 2021? Well, I didn't. I didn't actually lose much, if any, on NIO, but it was the opportunity cost. I've lost money. Actually, if I really think about it, all of my money that I've ever lost in stocks is in China. I'm not even exaggerating. I literally think outside of maybe like a few hundred on something, all of them I've ever lost on stocks is in China, and it's none of it is not really from NIO. It's from Alibaba and Chinese Netflix and from just a bunch of things. I have long since abandoned trying to invest in China, especially because I've talked about this before, but you may not know this. If you are not a Chinese citizen and you want to buy stock in Alibaba, Tencent, whatever, you do not get a real share. You do not buy shares. What you buy is shares in a Cayman Islands variable interest corporation, variable interest entity, VIE. They will not let you own an actual piece of Tencent or Alibaba. You think you're buying it. That's what's listed on the stock exchange, but that's not what you're buying. You're buying a share in this Cayman Islands middleman that claims to own the profits of Alibaba, but you have no legal right. You have no legal recourse. It really is just a bad deal all around. There's no getting around it. Do you get money? Well, they don't pay out, but most companies don't. Most tech companies don't pay out dividends or anything. If the stock goes up, yeah, you can sell your stock for a profit. But the idea, like if I buy a share of Coca-Cola or whatever, and they have a dividend and have profits to give out, I get a piece because I own a piece of the company. Or if there's a legal problem or I'm a part owner. But in China, I don't actually own anything. I have no claim. No true legal claim. If I ever had an actual dispute, I would have to do it through a Chinese court, and they would not recognize. I have no way of actually claiming that profit. So it's just far riskier. It's just far riskier than they make it out to be. Oh, and no one has an incentive to call them out on that because Goldman Sachs or a Wall Street firm will help Alibaba or NIO set up their IPO on American stock exchanges and capital markets, and they'll get our money, but it's not marketed as the truth.
Shares are down 90% from a 2021 high due to sluggish sales growth and high cash burn. The company is relatively small, with a $9 billion market cap, and it only sells electric vehicles. About 160,000.
The eventual dividend sell value is the only thing anchoring the rationality of the chart. Otherwise, it's a piece of paper. Yeah, exactly. You have a piece of paper. You're right. You have a piece of paper. At the end of the day, if you really think about it, the only reason it works is because everyone collectively agrees that like this will go up and down as Alibaba does better or worse. But you really just have a piece of paper. Isn't that all stocks? No, because if I buy again a share of Ford or Apple or whatever, I legally own a piece of that company. I'm a part owner. I have a legal claim to some percentage of their profits. If I have enough people like me in the ownership side, I can vote and change things. I don't have that for Alibaba.
Thousand of them in 2023. NIO has had its own way of dealing with charging challenges. Battery swap.
This is cool too. I guess it's not a big deal as I thought it might have been. I think batteries have gotten so much fucking better. The range got way up, but in 2019 when I looked more into this, it was like ranges were lower, and I thought maybe people would want to do this rather than because I think people complain a lot about having to sit there and charge their EVs. It's kind of a pain. You got to sit there and wait. It's not fast like a gas station. And so what NIO did was this battery swapping where you just drive in, it just takes your battery out, puts a new one in, pre-charged, you drive out. It's fast, you instantly get a full range. It's a cool idea.
Swapping, something that Tesla had considered. NIO actually did it.
If you want to swap your battery, first you find a station. You check what batteries they have, and then you place the order.
And these exist in other countries now. I think like Sweden has these NIO battery stations. You can just fucking they exist elsewhere. It's a cool idea, but in practice, I don't think people are making their car choice based on it. Norway, yeah.
There are 3,500 battery swapping stations around the country, most of which are NIOs.
So we're 92% charged, and that took a little less than 10 minutes.
Well, they say 3 minutes. My experience was about a little under 10.
It's not difficult to find charging points here in Beijing. This map says 8 out of the 10 near me are available. China currently has 3 million public charging facilities.
A lot of China auto industry analysts say the tech-forward features in and around these cars are really where Chinese automakers have a leg up on global competition. They are turning cars into connected devices that can work within the larger Internet of Things.
The AI assistant Nomi is a draw as well. While other car AI systems respond to direct voice commands, such as turn off the air conditioner, people on social media say that Nomi sounds more like a person. Hey Nomi, I feel so cold. 我很冷.
So, for example, instead of saying, turn off the air conditioner, I would say,
I'm gonna become best friends with my car. Just sitting in your car, fucking chatting.
oh, I'm feeling really cold right now. And then it would say, oh, okay. And then it starts, I was like, how about I just turn down the air conditioner? You know, and then it would also make some jokes sometimes. So, you know, when it was signing off, it was like, bye.
It's no longer how many units of hardware you sell. It's all the data and analytics and aggregation and monetization of services that happen after you sell the car.
Yeah, this is why Apple was trying to get into cars. They were trying to get ahead of this wave, but they ended up abandoning it. It's the idea that, like, we just spend time in cars, so the money to be made might eventually be, you know, kind of like phones. Just like, and like all the apps and things, by ordering the hardware, you can like get a 30% tax on all the apps that are used in cars. You can just, people might, especially when self-driving becomes bigger, people might just be sitting in their cars a lot and want to spend money on movies or whatever. And they're like, you own the storefront. That's like the future of where money's to be made in cars, is like almost on the tech side. Did you say this guy probably showers? What a normie. That's your best roast for Bill Russo here? Dude who looks like he does accounting for the mob. The best roast is that he probably showers. What a normie. Shower boy.
That's the new business model.
If you look at a company like Apple, they sell us things that we didn't know we needed. And they charge us a 35% premium for it.
Does it really feel like you're in some sort of space-aged, cabin or something? Were there any that really stood out in terms of, being like especially tech-heavy?
No. And I think actually that's the point. All of these Chinese EV makers are trying to distinguish themselves somehow. So they keep putting in all these different technology features. Some of them were really, really fun, but then there were some that...
Bro, my white ass is going to crash if you put the minions up on the dash. I'll tell you that right now. If I got to hear banana, I'm laughing too hard. I'll smash into a wall. There's no fucking way, dude, I can watch the road. Bars, by the way. I'm a rapper. Hey, look, it's Chinese Netflix. She's driving a Neo car watching Chinese Netflix. You just took my fucking money. You took all my fucking money.
But then there were some that were not as useful. And in fact, didn't really work very well. So in 2 different cars, we tried the auto parking. And it was a little stressful.
你好，小皮，自动泊车. Please park the car. So that didn't quite work. We're about 7 or 8 inches from the car next to us. We didn't hit it, so that's a good thing. But I think we're going to have to try parking again.
When we speak to a lot of analysts, they say that Chinese drivers really like these technology features. But on the other hand, it's unclear how these tech features are going to resonate with drivers outside of China.
泊车开始，请注意周围环境安全。
I mean, it's probably a generational thing. I think younger people will be more and more amenable to stuff like this. They want more tech in their car. Yeah, I think it's the future for sure.
But driving a tech-forward Chinese EV comes with its own costs.
What struck me about all of these Chinese EVs is how they didn't focus as much on performance, and it kind of showed. When I was in the Model Y, you could have pretty good control in the car, and that wasn't really the case on the whole for the cars that we were in that were from the Chinese EV makers. You didn't have that same level of precision when you were making a turn, for example. And in fact, that's a trend and something that is almost common knowledge among Chinese drivers. They'll talk about, oh, there's the Tesla, there's the Model Y, the Model 3, they're the performance cars.
And one reason Chinese car makers can keep prices low might be that they sometimes don't offer more bang for buck. They make compromises.
You could really tell the difference from the ones that were pricier. They had nicer finishes, they had nicer interiors, they felt better. There weren't as many kind of jinky or odd designs that were inside the car. For example, in one of the cars that I was in, the steering wheel was kind of off compared to where I'd be sitting. The windshield wipers was placed in an odd place for my hand.
And even the premium vehicles show signs that these are new companies, new models, new designs, and automakers haven't worked out a lot of the kinks yet.
There's one car that I was in that had really nice leather chairs, but the way that the chairs moved, when you're driving, it's just squeaking the entire time. One of the other models that I was in,
that's an L.
It was so loud. Maybe these Chinese companies still don't have it down.
So are foreign automakers doomed in China? Some industry watchers have said they suspect it will be hard for non-Chinese firms to compete when homegrown brands are tapping in so well to the Chinese preference for tech. And then there's the question of which of these companies and which business model can succeed. The highly integrated firm that can just beat on cost, or the highly connected smart EV maker that makes money off of services and subscriptions.
BYD has already established that the proof of concept that they can execute on a business model and be competitive with anybody worldwide in terms of quality, design, and...
Bro's got a book in his background called American Wheels, Chinese Roads. Isn't it the opposite of this whole video? Isn't it Chinese wheels trying to get on American roads?
Be competitive with anybody worldwide in terms of quality, design, and cost. This other notion of a greater ecosystem built around a digital system may very well be the future, may be the TikTok of cars. But I'm not ready to say absolutely they're going to run away with everything because they have a better digital experience.
The TikTok
Don't know
of
yet.
cars.
And can they duplicate in different languages and different cultures a comparably high level of enjoyment as they do at home for their own consumers?
It's a great question.
That's a big cultural step for them to take.
And their own financial situation is by no means secure.
Yeah,
most of these companies aren't profitable. That's another characteristic of tech.
The
Most
cost is
of
the scarier
tech
part.
companies, until they reach a critical mass or a certain inflection point from a sales cycle standpoint, they're not going to be profitable. And the price war is exacerbating that a bit.
So, will Chinese EV makers dominate the global industry?
For Chinese EVs, the big challenge is going to be to convince
tariffs.
People overseas who have brand loyalty to the GMs and the Toyotas and the VWs, and to be able to convince them to switch.
Bro, I disagree so hard. It's not... The challenge is the geopolitical tariffs. If they could get the cars over here at $9,000, people, or at like a massive discount, people will buy them. People are not that diehard loyal to GM that they're not going to buy a fucking quality EV. The problem is the tariffs. Like if it's the same price, they won't do it. Obviously, it's a brand they don't recognize. But if you can get it cheaper, they'll do it. I mean, we're in an age where new brands can pop up a lot quicker because we have fucking social media and YouTube and everything to spread the word. People will find out about good deals. It's the old it's the old boomers in my office will retire. The thing is, people said that about Japanese cars in the 80s. They said people won't buy Japanese cars. Yeah, they're cheaper. Yeah, they seem to be higher quality. But people love Ford and Chevy and GM. They won't buy them. And then they did. They bought them fucking hand over fist. They bought them up and down. People will buy them. People do care about cost when it comes to cars, especially if they're not getting a quality downgrade. I mean, yeah, I think the real issue is like if it's 100% tariff, the cost is doubled. It's not really that worth it. So China has to figure that out.
Switch not only to EVs, but to Chinese EVs that they've never heard of. So that
I know people that buy German cars because of World War II. Should really speak to that, because what do you mean you know these people? People that buy German cars because of World War II, these are people you know? Or do you mean don't? You didn't say don't, but did you mean don't? Because that's crazy. That's fucking crazy, bro.
That's to me where the performance issues and also these little odd design quirks really count. Because a car is different from a mobile phone, for example. A car is something that you put your family in. And then, of course, there's the...
Atrioc, your take on brand loyalty no longer existing at all, I kind of see it because of... I don't think it no longer exists, but I think we're in an age where brand loyalty is less powerful than it ever was and harder to maintain. It still exists, don't get me wrong. And some companies are getting better at it and new ways to do it. But like the old way of just kind of counting on consumers to stick with you is dead because people have so many easy ways to get new opinions, to get social media word of mouth, to get YouTube reviews, to find out about things that might be better. They're more choosy. However, some people are true diehard patriots who buy Honda. Ride or die, baby. I buy Honda till I die. Okay? Because I'm an American. That's what I do. USA. And you can't get me off my brand loyalty.
price. You know, you have all these discussions about, the government subsidies, and there's so much competition in the market. And I think all of that doesn't necessarily matter because at the end of the day, it's going to be the consumers who decide who's really going to be ahead.
I mean, someone said brand loyalty to phones, but what's funny is like, it's so hard to separate brand loyalty to Apple and the incredible work they've done making an ecosystem that locks you in. It's like some people are not necessarily loyal to the Apple brand, but their friends have Apple, so the messaging is better with them. There's the watch and the earbuds and the phone and the messaging and the laptop, and it all fucking connects. And so it's like very difficult to extract yourself from that ecosystem. And it's not necessarily like they just are tied to the brand in the way that we would talk about in earlier decades of what brand loyalty is. It's a real lock-in. And even Samsung, like Samsung is, I have probably a loyalty to Samsung as I buy Android phones, but it's at least perceived a step up in quality from its competitors. Like my understanding is like if I had a phone that was significantly better for the same price in Android, then I would get it. I just don't see it. I think Samsung is like the closest. Okay. That was interesting. That was a good video, at least for discussion. Quack. Let's do a react on that one. That was a good one. I liked it. I think we got some good. I liked talking about it. We can watch the. I know there was an International Marketing Monday that someone made. We could watch that. I'm not opposed to it. I was thinking of also watching a house, though, to be honest. I know that sounds crazy or cuckoo, but we haven't done it in a while. Could be fun. And I'd like to just get a good vibe going. With chat. Hey, Shrek, I made a cool Potato Grass. I'm not going to click this link. I'm going to ask you a question. If this is Germa shitting or something fake or something stupid, I'm going to ban you for 1 week. You still want me to click it?
Hi everyone, I'm
Oh, this is. I know what this is before I even click it. I'm looking at it. I know what this is. You are trying to get me to play Fortnite with you. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to get baited into it. I'm not doing it. Okay? I appreciate you making a video. I'm not going to play Fortnite. I don't want to play Fortnite in general, let alone make a whole thing out of it. Okay? I'm standing on business. All right? Great having Potato Girl Alice in chat. Big ups to the community. Great part of the community. Hilarious songs during Elden Ring. I do not want to play I don't want to play Fortnite. And I certainly don't want someone much better than Fortnite to have to come in and carry me. And it's not my content that I want to do. I don't like it. I haven't gone Hollywood on you. I just don't want to do it. All right, International Marketing Monday. Let's watch that. Where is it? Is there another link? Is there any reason when you don't have a plan you lean towards more React the app content instead of gaming nowadays? It's fun. It's fun. I like it more. I like going back and forth with chat. I like the jokes. I haven't had a game I'm really hooked on lately. And I'm a bit of a it's very easy. Liminary. That's such a dumb response. You think it's fucking easier than sitting my fucking ass down and playing balloons? They're all fucking easy. It's a streaming is not a hard job. It's what I enjoy more. I do want to play the one game I want to play, and I may do it this week, assuming I have time. I may not. Is Soma. I want to play Soma. If I can do it in one stream. I don't know if I can. I would very much like to play Soma. I saw one other thing about Soma. I think it would be so fun. It feels like right up my alley. I can't even talk about it. I want something I can talk about. Honestly, what I would like to do in my dream world is I wish you all read The Will of the Many and I could talk about it. If I truly had my way, I would sit here and talk about my themes, my book club themes for Will of the Many. I want to talk about how the main character, despite being a revolutionary, perhaps is part of the same hierarchy that he claims to protest. I think perhaps him and his family are... they don't talk about that in the book. It's not a spoil. He thinks his autocracy was better than another one? Exactly. And I'm going to bring this up in the book club that I'm in. We're talking about it on Sunday. And I'm going to be like, hey, I know this guy's the hero of the story, but god damn it, I think he's... and I'm sure they'll hate me. We'll see. All right, let's watch... well, I didn't get the link. Oh, International Marketing Monday. Let's see it. So it's 4 minutes. Oh, it's perfect. I thought it was going to be 48 minutes, and I was going to be like, shit. We don't have time. It's a 4-minute International Marketing Monday update on Tata Indian Automobile Market. Yes! Okay, let's watch this. Let's learn a thing or two. Thank you for making this International Marketing Monday Studio AE. Who worked on this specifically? Coffee? Vishwath? Did it. Thank you. Let's watch it. Okay. International Marketing Monday!
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another International Marketing Monday. Today, we're going to talk about one of the largest mega corporations in India, Tata.
Okay.
So, what does Tata do? Well, they do literally everything you could think of, from airlines to
Samsung
luxury
of
hotels
India.
to food to telecom to Indian Starbucks. But I'm not here to talk about any of those. Today, we're going to look into Tata Motors. Now, back in the 90s, the automobile industry in India was booming, and Tata wanted to get a piece of that. They already had this company called Telco, which had been manufacturing trains for about 40 years.
Okay.
So they decided to rebrand it as Tata Motors. They spent a few years studying the Indian market, and they decided to develop a car that could target the low-end passenger car sector. So they created the Tata Indica. It was the first diesel-powered hatchback.
Smoking that Tata Indica, dude. That's fucking based. I didn't know India was so chill like that. That's fire.
In India. And it flopped really bad. The thing had terrible mileage, terrible horsepower. Nobody was buying it. In fact, Tata was going out of business, so they had to sell the company. And while looking for a deal, they flew all the way to America to try and make a deal with Ford. But when they finally met up with them in Detroit, Ford wasn't really impressed with them. The chairman told them that Tata shouldn't have even set foot in the car production business without understanding it, and that he would be doing them a huge favor if he even considered buying their company.
Good negotiator.
Unsurprisingly, they never managed to work out a deal. But once they returned to India, the owner of Tata decided to redouble their efforts, and he poured a ton of money into Tata Motors. And this time, they got it right. They pushed out a wide range of low-end cars, and they managed to get a strong foothold in the Indian market. By 2008, they had the best-selling cars in India.
Okay.
But 2008 was also the year of the recession, and it was hitting Ford pretty hard. Two of their brands, Jaguar and Land Rover, were doing terrible, and they had declining sales over the past few years.
Couldn't happen to
So
Ford.
they were looking to sell them. And Tata came in and bought them for about $2.3 billion.
What a flip.
And over the next few years, they managed to turn it around by restructuring the companies to be more efficient and improving the quality of the vehicles. And they managed to triple the sales of Jaguar and Land Rover over the course of a few years. Meanwhile, back in India, Tata introduced the cheapest production car in the world, the Tata Nano. It's about $1,300, though it was probably a bit too cheap considering they had a tendency to explode, so it got discontinued in 2019. They also started selling EVs, which thankfully don't blow up as much, and about
Bro, driving a $1,300, even if it didn't explode, driving a $1,300 Tata Nano down in a random American highway, I just feel like some soccer mom in a fucking tank is gonna just tiny tap you on the side and blow your car to smithereen. You're going to be in a crumple zone of like every vehicle around you. You're going to get fucking flattened.
3/4 of EVs sold in India were made by Tata. So yeah, they're doing pretty well. But before I finish, I also want to mention another big Indian mega corporation. They're called ITC. They do a lot of things like IT solutions, luxury hotels, fertilizers, but I know them best for stationery. They're the biggest producer of stationery in India.
Okay.
And like almost everyone I knew used to use their pens, pencils, and notebooks back in school. So, what do you think ITC stands for? Maybe Indian Technology Company, or perhaps the Indian Trade Company?
Yeah.
Nope.
Like that.
They're the Indian Tobacco Company. They are the biggest producer of tobacco in India.
Okay.
So basically, back when they were just a tobacco company, they acquired a paper company to manufacture paper for their cigarettes, which basically expanded into selling notebooks and then expanded into selling stationery items to children in India.
I see.
So, well, I hope you learned something interesting. And thanks for listening to another International Marketing Monday.
That was great. Thanks, Coffee. I'll play you out.
Got a nickel wanting it so bad I'm about to pass out.
I love that song. Fuck Bob Rocks. Yeah, we're going to watch House, so they're already out anyway. Get fucked!